Thank you, Alfonso and Yonka. And thank you, audience. As fall begins to come more and more, still a beautiful day. My name is Michael Koran, and I'm here as a host for AHA, A Human Among Humans. I hope we're growing to be more human. I guess to be more human is to feel that we're more human, and everybody we meet, and maybe, how about trees, grass, sky? Is it all? That's two hard questions. Do they all have personalities like in Lord of the Rings or fairy tales? Have trees been talking to you lately? I have a favorite oak tree, Hastings Square Park, and I hug it a couple of times a week when I do yoga. It feels so. I haven't given the oak tree a name yet. I wonder to what degree we can have a human-tree relationship. Which brings me to the poem for this early evening. Roomy. I wrote this poem when my friend, my dear friend, Maya Applebaum, we take a trip to Vermont. And I'm lying on the branch of a tree, and it's a horizontal branch. And she begins to just give me a light massage, inspiring this poem. There was something about her touch or our touch that transformed me. Touch can transform. You know, babies that aren't held, like my beloved mother for the first year of her life before she was adopted, they often die. There's something life-giving about being held. And certainly Maya's touch sometimes made me feel, I'm not making this up, transparent. Has anyone ever touched you when you felt like all the spaciousness in you? Because we're mostly made out of space. Or can we feel it now? Can we feel spacious? We're mostly made out of space. Atoms are mostly space. And of course, we in the earth, which is mostly space, is hurtling through something that is almost all space. And I felt, I didn't try it, when hugged by Maya, that, gee, I could walk through walls. I don't think it was true. I didn't try it. But it was quite an experience of feeling transparent. One pained writer, Søren Kierkegaard from Denmark, who wrote Sickness Unto Death, titles which attracted me when I was at the University of Chicago. Sickness Unto Death. Aha! My kind of book. And he writes that when our self is relating to ourself, right? How are you doing today? Do you talk to yourself? Do you berate yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you hooray yourself? Well, Kierkegaard said, if you can really be with yourself, you'll feel transparent, and the source or energy, like from the sun or more than the sun for you, or some divine source. You might not have known about galaxies and galaxies, but if you can feel, if we're transparent, I hope you can feel it now, just listening. Look at them. I'm saying what I'm talking about. I'm coming through the poem. If we're transparent to ourselves, if we dare see who we are, oh my. Well, we're here now, though. That was quite an accomplishment. I mean, it's taken 14 billion years to make us, to make you. 14 plus maybe two-tenths of a billion. It was worth it. You are here with me now. Thank you so much. It wasn't easy. It never is. One wonderful, great writer, M. Scott Peck, said, once we accept the fact that life is difficult, it becomes a little easier. I have trouble remembering that. I get angry if my food doesn't taste great, I'm spoiled. If I slightly burn my soup. Well, thanks to my apple, may her karma come to her for helping me not only feel transparent, but for this special day when I'm lying on a branch parallel to the ground. And this is the poem she inspired. Roomy. While lying on a branch to rest, your massage of my head and chest frees me to see I'm also tree, air, thee who bless, with room to spare till all around, rooted in ground, I may be without losing me. And try that one more time. Roomy. You can read it with me if you like. Roomy. While lying on a branch to rest, your massage of my head and chest frees me to see I'm also a tree, and thee who bless, with room to spare till all around, rooted in ground, I may be without losing me. I hope writing these poems help me be what I'm writing about, and you too, of course. I hope and pray. This one you can try with a friend. Can we become a tree? Feel like we're a tree? And we stand like a tree, spread our branches out, feel leaves falling from them. The cold, brisk autumn is now here. We're dropping acorns, hoping to make new oak trees. So much work. Hoping for at least one oak tree, maybe many. Thousands of acorns. Been doing this for maybe 100 years. Strong bark, rough bark, roots deep in the ground. Now, you're beginning to feel with me we can be a tree. I'm also tree, air. And we be air. We are, of course, we breathe it in. The oxygen gives us life. Without it, we're a goner. And we breathe this air moving gently into us. Breathe the air that's around us, caressing our skin, our pores. Hold it, hugging us. We can hug the air. What's it like to be air? Feels very freeing to me. Wouldn't be bad to die and become the air. Or the tree. Ashes. The tree absorbs the nutrients. We can become a leaf, a root, a branch, big time. Thee who bless. Wow, can I become Maya Apfelbaum? And move a little like her. Feel what it's like to be her. I never did before. I won't say shame on me. I wasn't there yet, except maybe in this poem. Thee who bless. Ooh. Can we be everybody? Edgar Allan Poe said if we imitate the facial gestures of someone or expression, we can begin to feel we are them. He wrote this in the purloined letter, where he had to discover what happened to a letter that was stolen. What did this robber do with it? And Edgar Allan Poe's detective, this is the first detective stories were written by him, imagines what it was like to be the thief, a minister, by just mimicking his facial expression, and therefore imagining where he would hide the letter. I won't tell you, spoil the plot. It's a fun short story, The Purloined Letter. So maybe we can go around imitating people's facial expressions and beginning to feel like them. So we can be more than ourselves. What a way for compassion. Just talking, imitate someone's expression, and we can feel what it's like to be them. We're not stuck with ourselves. Or we're not only ourselves. With room to spare, so I don't feel crowded. You can invite trees in, Maya in, air in, and there's still, oh, don't be afraid, you're going to be running out of room. There's so much room in us. Room to spare. Till all around, rooted in ground, right? We don't want to be ungrounded and just be other people. I've been there, done that. Love your neighbor as yourself. I could try to love my neighbor and forget about myself. Why not? I have good taste. But no. To be grounded, as Rabbi Hillel said, I'm not for myself. Who will be for me? I'm only for myself. What am I for? I don't listen at this moment. When will I? So rooted in ground is rooted in ourselves. As a tree, much as its roots are in touch with other tree roots, it is rooted in the ground, taking care of its self first, like on the airlines. First, take the mask and put it over your face, and then your beloved child. Till all around, rooted in ground, I may be. I can be all around without losing me. I hope we're beginning to feel this. This is not just an intellectual exercise or a poetry reading. I would love us to all feel Roomy. Hope you can read it with me again. I'll try not to comment, just to feel Roomy. While lying on a branch to rest, the massage of my head and chest frees me to see I'm also tree, air, thee who bless. With room to spare, till all around, rooted in ground, I may be, without losing me. How does that feel? I hope great. Expand beyond our ego. The poet Roomy I read was the most read poet in America. And he lived in around the 1100s in Turkey. One of his famous short poems is, if I can remember, out beyond ideas of right and wrongdoing. Out beyond ideas of right and wrongdoing, there is a field. I will meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, and now I'm going to try to remember. Out beyond ideas of right and wrongdoing, there is a field. I will meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, even the phrase each other, or I or you, doesn't make any sense. Those last lines were my best attempt to remember how it ends. That was the idea. If we can go to a field together, I haven't done this yet. And if we love sufficiently, I guess. I might have felt this with Maya massaging me, but maybe not. I wasn't mature enough. That no right and wrongdoing. We're just going to be with the world as it is. Not easy. So much wrongdoing, but let us, at least for a moment, just breathe in what is. Can we, including ourselves wherever we are now, breathe us in before we try to change anything. No right, no wrong. It might feel very refreshing, I hope. Even that poem could keep us busy for a lifetime, perhaps. Get to the place beyond judgment. And with that happy hope, doesn't mean we can't judge eventually, but at least to be able to just be who we are with whoever anybody is. It doesn't mean we're going to accept it. We might soon fight for peace with justice, but for a good beginning, let's just be with what is. Ooh, feel the connection, the energy, the love, the power. Roomy, while lying down on a branch to rest. Your massage of my head and chest frees me to see I'm also tree, thee, who bless with room to spare, till all around, rooted in ground, I may be without losing me. Thank you for joining us. Much roomy spaciousness to all. See you in 2 weeks on Wednesday at 6.